There's something about being on the road, the movement when it's quiet, the in between moments. It gives you space to think. And as I'm just watching everything pass by, the cars, the buildings, the trees, people going somewhere, coming from somewhere, I can't help but think about life, and more specifically, relationships. Because in so many ways, relationships feels like this journey. Not always loud, not always clear, but always moving. And I think one thing we don't say enough is this: not everyone is on the same part of the road. Some people are just starting, some are deep into it, some are tired and trying to find their way again. But somehow we still compare. We look at someone else's life, someone else's relationship, and we quietly ask, am I behind? But what if you're not behind? What if you are just being led differently? Because the truth is, not every delay is denial. Sometimes it's direction. If you're single right now, I know you have things you don't always say out loud. There are days you are okay, and there are days you feel it. The quiet, the waiting, the wondering. But this season, it's not empty, even if it feels like it sometimes. There's a kind of growth that only happens in solitude, a kind of clarity that only comes when you are not distracted by someone else's presence. This is where you learn yourself, your values, your boundaries, your patterns. And sometimes, this is where God does his deepest work. Not everything is loud and exciting, but when it's quiet and it's just you and him. Because if you skip this part, you might carry confusion into something that requires clarity. And love, real love, needs clarity. So, don't rush this season just because it feels uncomfortable. If you're in a relationship or in courtship, let me say something gently but honestly. Not everything that feels right is right. And not everything that starts well ends well. That's why you need more than feelings. You need discernment. You need to be able to pause and ask yourself, is this peace or is this just excitement? Because they can feel very similar at the beginning. Pay attention to how this person shows up. Not just when things are good, but when things are hard. Pay attention to consistency, to character, to accountability. Because love is not just about connection, it's about alignment. And sometimes, God will show you signs, but because you want it to work so badly, you ignore them. And later, you call it a surprise. But deep down, you knew. There is wisdom in slowing down. There's protection in not rushing. And there's strength in walking away when you know something isn't right, even if it hurts. For the married, you already know that love doesn't stop at I do. That's where it deepens. That's where it gets refined. Marriage has a way of revealing you to yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your triggers, and sometimes the parts of you that still need healing. And in those moments, it's easy to focus on the other person, what they are not doing, what they should do better. But real growth in marriage often starts when you turn inward, when you ask, what can I do better? How can I love better? How can I show up differently? Because love is not sustained by feelings alone. It is sustained by grace, by patience, by forgiveness, by choosing each other again and again, even on the days when it's not easy. And there will be days like that, but that doesn't mean something is wrong. It means something is being built. You know, as I'm watching this road, one thing keeps coming to my mind. Everyone here is moving, but not everyone knows where they're going. And I think that's how relationships can be sometimes. You can be with someone and still feel lost. You can be committed and still lack direction. That's why it's so important to be grounded, not just in love, but in truth, in purpose, in something deeper than emotions. Because emotions change, but truth anchors you. And when your life is anchored, your relationships become healthier because you are not looking for someone to complete you. You are allowing them to work with you. There's a difference, a big difference. So, wherever you are right now, single, in relationship, or married, don't ignore the season you are in. There is something in it for you, something to learn, something to grow through, something to become. And maybe, just maybe, this moment you are in right now isn't random. Maybe it's intentional. Maybe it's God shaping you, preparing you, aligning things in ways you cannot yet see. So instead of rushing, trust. Instead of comparing, focus. Instead of forcing, allow. Because what is truly meant for you will not require you to lose yourself to keep it. It will meet you in truth. It will grow you, not break you. And it will come with a kind of peace that doesn't need to be explained. So take your time, breathe, keep growing, keep becoming, and trust that your journey is unfolding exactly the way it needs to. Even if it doesn't look like what you expected, you are not late. You are not forgotten. You are being held. And in time, everything will make sense. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Much love and God bless you. Bye bye.